Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is June 27th. I'm bringing you this from my desk. I had a busy morning today. It is a Saturday, but we had an event this morning for the World MSME Day that Seeds had organized, where we had brought together various CXOs representing the five personas of the ecosystem that we are trying to build. And it was a great event. I finished that event. Now I'm recording this here from my desk. So let's go ahead and get started for today. Today's dose of Rashmi is an integrated intelligence organization operates with the capacity of the team that uses the collective memories of the entire team, including AI, and guiding them towards the purpose that emerges out of what the team collectively cares for. So, in this dose of Rashmi, I'm talking about using the collective memories of the entire team. And the memories that we are talking about here are more than just the information based memory. So, that is what our logical intellect assumes, that anything that is rooted in information that we have acquired are the memories. And that is the logical intellect based answer of what constitutes a memory. However, if you really think about it, our every cell of our body carries a memory. We talk about things like muscle memory, and that is something anybody who's played any kind of sports knows that it's all about muscle memory when you're an athlete, that you try to train your muscles. And for me, this was a very lived realization. As I've talked about in the past, I suffered a stroke in 2020 that left me not being able to even stand up anymore. And nothing had happened as far as my physical muscles and the strength was concerned. It was all there. However, my brain, which is the control system, a part of that suffered the stroke, and there was no longer the central memory that is just the information based memory that sits in the brain. So that was lost. So the brain had lost touch with how to operate the individual muscles, which were all totally fine. And my recovery was amazingly quick because as I internalized this idea that attention is all you need, and I got to live that day in, day out through my recovery period, I could honestly see that every day there was a part of my muscle which I could suddenly be aware of again. And the muscle always had that memory, and it was becoming accessible to my brain, which had that link had been severed. So that was a lived realization for me that every cell of our body has memories. And the other part in the context of AI now, AI is teaching us something wonderful that is effectively a model that is trained on all the digital memories that exist out there, and it is placing those memories at our fingertips. Yet there is a very fine difference here. When you have access to all these digital memories, and this is what any one of us who has engaged with any of the existing AI tools would realize. Each of these tools, because they're designed to keep you engaged, they leave you with a very helpful next question, next prompt, which is logically correct. However, that if you're not very clear about what you're trying to achieve and you're led by this very powerful memory based tool, you start being led by the tool. At that point, you are no longer using these memories, but these memories are using you. And that is the fine difference, returning back to the origin quote of this series, that a truly intelligent mind is neither influenced by memory nor deluded by imagination. So memories are great, not just the information based memories, all the memories that AI is able to place at our fingertips, and then the collective memory of the integrated intelligence of the entire team. That is great. However, that is where the second part of today's dose of Rashmi, that an integrated intelligence organization uses the collective memories of the entire team towards the purpose that emerges out of what the team truly cares for. So that is the clarity that exists only within the team. It is not in the memories, it is what emerges out of care. And that clarity and care is the future of human and AI collaboration that we envision. And that is what we are modeling right now at the RASHMI.ai as well as at Seeds. So I talked about this morning, I had this event for the World MSME Day, and it was a great event. And the ecosystem is really coming together. However, if you think about, go back about 4 or 5 years and think of who I was a telecom professional busy in networking infrastructure industry with a fairly successful career. So somebody like me leading this ecosystem of collaborators across universities, across investors, across founders, regulators, as well as big company and enterprises, creating that kind of an ecosystem and leading it all together. If I purely grounded it in the memories that I have from my career from 5 years back, it makes no logical sense that why would somebody like me be leading this kind of an ecosystem. However, that is precisely as I pivoted and I've used the memories. I have a strong tech background. I, in general, am a fairly deep system level thinker. So I understand tech, and as I did not stay too focused on the identity of being a telecom professional and just staying rooted in that is the only logical path. Just let my entire integrated intelligence lead me, and that then connected me to all kinds of people. We all work together towards whatever came out of our shared purpose, and that is how Seeds has come about. And now the ecosystem is growing. Really excited about what is unfolding over the next few weeks as I make this trip to India, and we launch Green Intelligence Cohort amongst other things, and also looking forward to the continued build towards the enterprise mirror. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you.